Perfect. Tommy Davidson, now thank you so much for this opportunity with the Official Black magazine. You know, you have this hot new song out, I know. But before we get into that, you were a man of so many traits: comedian, singer, actor. How do you do it all? And where does that come from? And how are you talented in all aspects?
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna just sum it up as a gift. I'm just gonna sum it up as a gift. It's something that I've always loved. Every aspect of entertainment I love: movies, TV, commercials, you name it, music, and grew up with it. And finally, somewhere in my younger adulthood, I found out what to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's where it all comes in. I started out as a stand-up comedian, then went into television, movies. I actually started out as a singer as a little kid
Oh wow.
first, but I've 35 years later, I get to go back to singing.
Nice. I love that. Now we'll send the conversation to the singing career. 35 years later, how have you been able to, build the trust in the industry? Because it's such an industry where when people see you in one way, it's like kind of like, hey, that's Tommy Davidson. He's the actor, he's the comedian. How do you get people to take you serious, not just because of your vocal skills, but to say, hey, as a producer, engineer, a writer, I know working with Tommy Davidson is going to be it for me.
Yep. Well, hold on, let me see. I got you on video here. You're recording it, right? Okay. Say that one more time. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
No problem. How, after 35 years, getting into now, like saying I'm pushing my music forward and being serious about it, how do you build that trust of, engineers, producers, writers, the whole team? Because, in music, people are banking that this is going to be streamed, there's going to be these things. How do you say, though you may have seen me in this light, I can take you next on this next level with my career?
It was an easy transition because I've been singing in comedy for years, and my versatility is a known fact. So it doesn't really surprise my audience when I go that way. Now it surprises a music audience if all their thing is music. They're gonna go, oh man, I didn't know he did that or whatever. But if you know my comedy, you know I'm not music. And it's a whole other industry. Thank God, some people came along and tested it out for me, Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx, with their music. And, I waited patiently. I wanted to jump in there and go, nah, I want to do music too, but it wasn't the time.
Nice.
So I waited for the right time and the right music to go into so that I can express what I do. And then I can move into other areas from there because I can do everything. I can do, reggae, rock, soul, hip hop. I could do whatever, but I want to start somewhere where I feel most comfortable and natural.
Nice. You said a couple things that are so important, especially when you're just thinking about career and navigating. One, you said the timing had to be right, and that's the first thing. How important is timing for you? And, just a tumultuous industry that can pull you in so many different directions when, you have all these offers and deals on the table. What was it that said, right now, this is the perfect time for me to really give y'all the music? Because I know you're gonna want it.
Well, because a lot of the things that I've done, I've accomplished them at the highest level.
Yeah.
So it was really about what kind of focus am I going to have? See, I'm not going to do something if I don't have 100% focus.
Yeah.
So if I got the time to give it that kind of focus.
Nice.
So like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I focus on it. I just came off of doing a book. So that was another, going off into the literary world and then going off and being an author. That was another thing, so that took its time.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm trying to say you could do a lot of things, but you can't do a lot of things at once. People have there's this known thing you say, you can't have your cake and eat it too,
Mm-hmm.
We can't have cake and eat it too, but it's going to be a messy ass kitchen. That's all.
I love that one. I've never heard that. That's a good one.
Yeah, cooking here and frosting one here. Then you could be eating it as it go. This one's done, then you got another one in. It's going to be a messy ass kitchen.
Nice. It's like when I told a friend, I said we have to change the narrative. Instead of saying the jack of all trades, master of none, You can say I'm the jack of all trades and master when need be of one thing.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Nice. So now getting into I Know, where was the thought process behind it? When I listen to it, it gives me, and you might laugh when I say it's a reminiscent of the sound, the feel almost was reminiscent of like the Five Heartbeats a little bit, especially that on stage part where everybody like, starts to go crazy when they come in there. It just has that type of tempo for me.
Yeah. The Five Heartbeats wasn't in mind, but I can see how you would see that. That's a very strong period of Black music. It was called, rhythm and blues, and that was coming out of all of the singing groups that came out of the doo-wop era.
Yeah.
So that anywhere from the Temptations to the Tramps to the Spinners to Shy Lights to Black Ivory to the Temptations probably is the biggest group that exemplifies that time period. This is more a fusion of what was going on in the 70s with soul music.
Mm-hmm.
Soul is another movement. So somehow the powers that be made soul kind of a non-era. So when you think about soul music, Blacks don't have anything to really attach that to, because the label soul for that type of music got pulled out.
Oh, wow.
They called it all R&B. You see, R&B is pretty much the time with singers like Lou Rawls and Marvin Gaye. The R&B came out of the Sam Cooke experience.
Yeah,
and it was the first artist to take secular, to get out of non-secular music but take that sound and do popular music basically for a Black audience, basically for a whole audience. When you say a Black audience, you might as well say the whole audience. Yeah. It starts with us. You know what I mean? So, it's partly soul, and it's partly soul, and it's partly smooth jazz.
Nice.
So I think it's a nice, good, even component of me.
Nice.
It's not, there's no call to a hip experience in there. It has everything to do with soul and smooth jazz. And being a singer from that era and growing up in that era, I've been influenced by Luther Vandross, Peabo Bryson, the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, Switch, Cameo, I can just go on and on. And then in the smooth jazz, it's Grover Washington Jr., George Howard, the Rippingtons, on and on and on. So I think what I Know does is I Know is just really my sound, and my sound changes. If you listen to the single that came before it, Sweet Reunion. Yeah, Sweet Reunion is kind of a really pure smooth jazz type of a song.
Yeah.
This one incorporates that beautiful soul up in there. So you hear a little bit of Earth, Wind and Fire, and you hear a little bit of the stuff that I've been influenced by in that.
Yeah.
Fused with smooth jazz.
Nice. I can say I hear that, especially with I Know, when it comes to like the lyrics and everything, it gives you that soul. But then when it comes to like the instrumental, that's where that smooth jazz, it reminds me of growing up with my dad and like on the car rides, and we were at kids like, would you get off of 97 Point the Wave? Like, can you turn this off from LA? So I was like, turn this. Right. So it reminded me of that. But then when listening to Sweet Reunion, it just goes straight into it. You know what I mean? With the lyrics that matches the melody. So you can see how methodical you are with your music.
Yeah, and that's just the beginning. See, so I'm just gonna do what I've always done when it comes to my fans, or when it comes to the consumer, you can call them whatever, the audience. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just give them whatever I'm doing. I'm gonna give them a quality of what I do. I'm like Michael Jordan with my shit. It's like you're gonna get quality handles, dunk with both hands, not missing the free throw line, steals, offensive rebounds, offense assists, passing, all of it.
Nice. Should we be expecting any type of music videos from you, or you're just more so like, no, you guys get the songs, that's it?
I'm working on that now.
Yeah.
That's it. Now time's the issue. It's like, do I have time to do a video? I want to do one so bad, but I'm working on that now.
Yeah. Nice. I love that. When it comes to I Know and Sweet Reunion, when it comes to like the songs and different things, do you compose it when it writes? Like, what is your process when it comes to your songs? Like, are you writing? Are you helping in that aspect? Or do you have a team of writers? Like, take me down the path of like how I Know came to be in the whole shebang.
It's different in every song.
Yeah.
With both of these two songs were remakes. They're remakes of songs that no one knows. With Sweet Reunion, I just worked with a really popular, talented producer named Greg Manning, who's really successful in the smooth jazz industry and really scores number ones and is really prolific. Mm-hmm. So I combined with him and gave my interpretation of the song, and we both mixed our interpretations of the song. With I Know, me and a guy named Big Dog, I'm gonna forget Chris's last name, sorry. But I sent him the song, said, what do you feel in this? He sent me back a rhythm track of it. Then I said, great. He said, and I said, I'll take it from here. So with I Know, it's different because I produced and arranged all of it. Oh. You see what I mean? So with the other one, it was produced and arranged by Greg Manning. I did the vocals.
Okay.
This one, I did all of it.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So what's next now for you after these two? Should we be expecting more EPs? Or are we expecting an album soon? Let us know.
Well, these are part of the album.
Okay.
Instead of releasing an album and then you pick through all the songs, I release the songs and you ain't got to pick through the album.
So you already know what you like at the end of it.
By the time it's over, I'll add 3 more to that, and then there go your album. So you get a new one. You get 3 new ones. You get one that you get to hear right away, and then you get 2 you haven't, but you get the whole package together. You get the whole album on that one release. Nice.
What is the album going to be called, or are you still working on the title for it?
I'm still working on the title for it. I'm letting it define its own title like my career has.
Nice. I love that. This is great. I don't want to keep you too long. So just a couple quick shot fire questions, right? So if Tommy had to say who are some of his top influential artists up to date right now, mm-hmm. In the R&B, smooth jazz, or soul world, who would they be?
That's a pretty long list.
Top 5.
Top 5? Wow. George Duke, Stevie Wonder, Kim, Sade. It's hard. That's only, how many is that?
That's 4. We got one more.
4. Okay. I like what Bruno Mars is doing right now.
Nice.
Like what he's doing. So is that 5?
Yeah, that's 5.
Okay, that's a hard list, boy.
That's a hard list. He was like, "Look, don't hold me to it, everybody." It was because I had a couple seconds to answer it.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Lastly, I always like to for people to get inspired by your journey, what you've been doing. What advice would you give? Especially times have changed since you started. You know what I mean? Because I believe with social media and people being able to be discovered a lot faster on, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Right. Yeah, man.
People, the day you came in, you had to put in that work. Your generation had to put in that work and living single, all these things, live in color, Martin, you guys have to really you have to show up with no guarantee. Now it's like we post, and if I get a couple likes and a couple things, I feel like my guarantee should raise, where, for you, it was just like, the expectation was I just have to show up.
Right. I don't know. I just think I'll just simply keep it simple. How good are you able to perform without your laptop and your phone?
Nice. that's deep. That is really deep because we have that conversation with comedians and social media sketch artists, we should say,
Right.
right? And they always say that's like the biggest thing because it's like once you put that and you stand up on stage, you're not editing anymore. Now you're just going off of what you got and the crowd's energy. So go.
Yeah. How well do you do performing without your laptop and your phone to back you up?
Nice. I love that. I have no more questions. This has been great. I hope you've been having a good time. Like again, Tommy, you're a legend in this industry and to myself. So thank you for this opportunity.
You got it, man. Thank you, Michael, man. Keep it up, man. Keep up with me, man. And let people know about I Know, man. I really need the help.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. We're about to I already have this being released within 24 hours on the website. We're putting it everywhere. So we're gonna make sure we blast it out everywhere.
Got it, man. And I love the cover of I Know. I did that artwork with me and a young lady up in Chicago who told me, I don't think I can do it. And I told her, you can use that energy saying you can't do it to figure out a way you can.
Yeah. That's
right.
Nice. Well, I do have one question before we go. That Martin episode,
Okay.
were those your vocals?
Yeah, that's me.
I just had to ask that before we ended that. I just need to know were those your vocals?
Yes.
Darnell Hill now. Show.
Up here, boy.
I appreciate all of this. Thank you so much, Tommy. I'll make sure they get the link and they'll see everything, prominent placement on the website everywhere. And we're a supporter and we'll always keep up with everything you're doing to make sure we push out.
You got it, man. And tell your dad, man, and your mom, the whole crew, thank you for forging you into the dude you are, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Perfect. Have a great day, okay?
Hey, you too, and thanks again, man.
You too. Thank you.
Bye. Later, boy.